and the courage to...
Hello and good morning, everyone. We are playing Helldivers today. There was a new update, so we are going to check out the new missions and the new stuff. So welcome in, everyone. Happy Friday. It's almost the end of the month. We've almost made it 1/12 of the way through the year. It's almost time for Christmas again. So, you know, we're right on the precipice. I want this new war bond. I've heard it's really cool. There's some cool suppressed stuff like the re-educator, the stealth stuff, the sensor gun. There is the really cool target sighted, and then of course the C4 pack. However, I cannot. So we'll have to wait for payday for that. Good morning, Dad. How's Texas? Did you guys get snowed in? I've heard the snowpocalypse is coming. Did it miss you? Bubble. Okay, Bubble. Stardew. I had a really dumb idea for a Stardew challenge run. So here's my idea for a Stardew challenge run. If you leave out milk and cookies in Stardew Valley on the table on winter of 24, Santa brings you a random gift. And that random gift can be basically anything in the game that you can sell for money. So here's my idea. We do a Santa-only Stardew Valley run, where we have to basically beat the game by leaving out milk and cookies for Santa, and he brings us enough money that we can then sell everything and go and try and buy out Joja that way. What do you think of a Santa-only run? It's still coming, but should miss us to the north. I just heard that like it's going like not north of you guys, but like it's also gonna hit like the northeast really bad. Like New York is supposed to get like 2 feet of snow. Like I heard it's getting pretty bad. It'll take 20 plus years, but okay. Alright, I want to try one of these. Apparently these are the new commando missions. These are, you have like limited drop-ins, limited acquire evidence, all that sort of thing. So we're going to try these new commando missions they drop. People said that they're failing them at like level 2 and 3. So we're going to go in right at level 10. We're going the hardest possible difficulty, going in completely blind. Let's see how bad these commando missions truly are. So if there really is like a limited amount of stuff we can do, let's be smarter. The hostiles are everywhere. Enemies time they call for reinforcements. Threat level increases. Higher level means more hostile units. So you're supposed to be sneaky, but I haven't purchased the sneaky stuff yet. So we're in a little bit of trouble there. So we're gonna go sneak. We're gonna do the way that barbarians sneak in Dungeons and Dragons, where if we destroy absolutely everything, there's no one left to call in any reinforcements. This isn't Halo. Someday I need to go back and play Halo. I feel like I never appreciated Halo enough. So one of these days I need to go back and play Halo for realsies, you know? Go back and appreciate it a little bit.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
So if we're behind enemy lines and we have limited call-ins, I feel like we're gonna need a supply pack maybe is the smart thing to do, like a supply pack, and then we need something that's got a lot of ammo. Maybe the Epoch cannon. Actually, the laser cannon, unlimited ammo. Yeah, that seems smart. And then a laser, I think. A laser beam. The laser... Where's my laser? Where's my laser? There it is. Okay. Texans are so funny because we're getting 20 inches of snow here, and it's going to feel like -20 with the wind chill. I've heard that I don't know either. I've heard that the real problem with like the snow and ice in Texas is going to be that the power grid, that the snow and ice will accumulate on like the power grid and bring it down. And of course, cold weather plus no electricity is deadly, right? So that's the real issue that I hear. I don't know. I'm in Oregon. I don't know anything about Texas. Also, a quick Italy update. So we were hoping, maybe foolishly, that getting our taxes back this year would pay for a big portion of Italy. I've started putting my taxes together, and it looks like that is not the case. So somehow, if we want to make it to Italy, I need to come up with like
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
$10,000 in 10 months.
Pod launch initiated.
Now, streaming, doing this what I'm doing here, nets me about $1 a day when I stream for an hour. So if someone's really good at math, if I get $1 per hour I stream, how many 24-hour streams do I need to do before I will be able to afford to go to Italy? Because I feel like the answer is a lot. Okay, so we have a limited number of call-ins. And we can't call in reinforcements until we go to one of those little bonus areas over there. So our first priority should be unlocking the extra call-ins up here. That's priority number 1. What just shot at me? There's a big cannon over there shooting at something over there. Okay. All of them I'll watch. We really want to go to Italy. Oh, so they see us. So the commando gear is very, very much needed. Because they already spotted us, and that is rough.
Objective near your position.
Establish connection to Super Destroyer to get reinforcements. Okay.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Activating these reinforcement pods increases your budget. Deploy reinforcements directly from the... Okay. Very cool, but how? But how? Oh, there we go. Link pods to destroyer. Okay. We're linking them. It's thinking. Okay. We got our reinforcements. Okay, so we got reinforcements. Now we need to start doing some stuff. So I want to avoid call-ins as much as possible, so I feel like our smart move here is to just slowly and methodically walk through and laser pointer everyone like so. You know, that seems like the smart way to do this. Can't believe Dad didn't like the stream. You know, I'm pretty sure... Let's see. So they're in Texas now, so they're just a few hours ahead. So, you know, I'm pretty sure he dropped by to say hello and is having breakfast and is getting ready to go on an adventure. And I'm so jealous of that, right? Like, Dad has earned it for the life, right? You get up in the morning, you have a quick breakfast, and then every day is just an adventure. You can go on a hike or a walk or see a new thing, and because he's all, you know, campered up, he can just go to a new area if he wants. Like, I'm bored of this area, I'm going to go move to a completely different state, and here I go. And That's got to be such a cool feeling to just wake up and say, you know what? I'm tired of Texas. Let's go to Mississippi, and boom, you're in Mississippi, right? So I think that has got to be one of the coolest feelings. So, and nobody has earned it more than my mom and dad, and I will fight any one of you. I will fist fight any one of you on that point. Mom and dad have earned the right to a relaxing and good vacation through the blood, sweat, and tears of raising us and giving us a good life and working hard all their lives. So, making coffee. That is the proper start to the day. A good cup of coffee. Have you guys tried? Everyone's trying to. This is the kind of peer pressure you guys warned me about. Everyone's trying to tell me that you should drink mushroom coffee. That the mushroom coffee is all the craze right now, and that's where it's truly at. That you boil down a bunch of mushrooms and mash it up, and you drink that, and it's supposed to be a super cup of coffee. And I don't mind eating some weird things. We've tried some weird and out there things, but a cup of mushroom coffee definitely seems to be like where you should draw the line. I don't think mankind was meant to drink mushrooms like a cup of coffee. I had a random pretty girl message me yesterday out of the blue and basically claim me without my consent. I think it's because you allowed me into the bubble club. People also ate Tide Pods. A fair point, fair point. Okay, what are we doing here exactly? Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Okay, we're running is what we're doing. Ooh. Okay, we're in trouble. We're in a little bit of trouble. We're gonna run. We're gonna run. So you have mushroom coffee, must sing the badger, badger, mushroom, mushroom. Ah, the millennial brain rot. All right, let's laser pointer a few of these guys from the safety of the jungle. I've tried mushroom coffee before. It does make you feel euphoric, really. I guess it's one of those things where, like, yo, oat milk, for example, right? You think like oat milk, like that sounds so gross compared to regular milk, but is it? Is it really that bad? I don't know. I might try it, but it sounds. Woo! Hey there, big guy. You should go away. Okay, this is... You know that scene in Lord of the Rings where the hobbits are hiding under the tree thing because the horse riders are coming after them? That's what I feel like right here. I feel like I'm hiding under the trees because the ring wraiths are coming for me as this thing looms over me, and all I've got is this little pea shooter laser. And I'm trying to blast its eye. Can't even tell if I'm doing anything to it. At least it's standing there politely waiting for me to burn its eye out. What's even hitting? Oh, that's what's hitting me. Okay. Plus all the sugar in them isn't good for you. I do avoid sugar as much as possible. I can't believe we did that. We just blew up the biggest, baddest enemy in the game with a flashlight. With nothing but flashlight and some determination, we did it. We made Super Earth proud. Pocket full of miracles right here. Okay. We have cleared out this camp all by ourselves, might I add. That was a brutal So
Calling in reinforcements.
now what? We're supposed to document evidence here? No, we're just destroying that depot for the fun of it. We just did a side objective. Okay, well, I guess we kind of wasted everyone's time here. We still don't have the super destroyer in, so that's rough. I could see how this would be a lot easier if we had stealth, but we do not have any stealth at this point, so you know we're... But our stealth via brute force did work there. You know, they didn't call anyone in because there's no one left alive to call anyone in, so you know that sort of worked. Okay, so these guys are struggling up here. Apparently there's like a tower or something that's making them struggle. So let's offer some reinforcements to these guys. I see a problem right there. And if we're very good, we might be able to blow it up right from an angle without it seeing us. Come on. There we go. That is, in the industry, we call that a pro move right there. You see how I destroyed that turret from a half a click away with my advanced brain? What? Who's in that meme? Is that Markiplier who does the yeah? It's big brain time. Is that Markiplier? Doesn't he have a movie coming out here? Isn't Iron Lung like his new movie, his new thing he's been working really hard on? Has anyone seen that? Is Iron Lung good? So now we're just getting 6 to 10. So we're getting 4 to 10 inches of ice. Dex, good morning. The hard part about the forecast for ice coming in is I can't tell when I hear on the news when people are like, oh, we're getting ice. Do you mean, are you talking about ice like the guys coming for deportation, or are you talking about like physical ice that you slip on? You know, we have too much ice right now, and I can't tell which one people are talking about. Gotta stock up on the essentials before the snowpocalypse. You are accurate about that. Okay, have we? That was a whole horde of guys there. Are you done? Thank you. Okay, that problem is solved. I do kind of wish that I was in the air. Like, I don't want to. Excuse me. I don't want to. I don't want to be in the dangerous snowpocalypse. Like, I don't want to be in the thick of it. But I do imagine if you were like on the fringe of it, I imagine with the amount of snow and stuff we're gonna get, that is going to be really cool for pictures. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's gonna be really cool for pictures. So I kind of wish that I was in the area a little bit so that I could get some photographs. You know, I imagine the snow and ice is gonna make for some really like cool, surreal sort of photos with all the snow and ice. So I am a little jealous that people are gonna get some really cool shots of that, but I don't want to deal with 10 inches of snow and no power and everything else that comes with it, you know? So I will suffice for getting to see the cool photos people put online.
One step closer to mission completion.
All right, that's it. I don't really know how I feel about these missions. Granted, my teammates did a lot of work while I was taking out some of those side objectives, but that didn't feel. It really didn't feel any harder. It just felt a lot more tedious because I didn't have access to like all of my stuff. So I just selected my meta loadout that didn't need anything, and then I just never called in stratagems. Like, I'm not sure that was actually more fun, or if it was just more tedious, you know? Look at the pictures from Kamcha, and then tell me how cool photos would be. Isn't Kamcha the guy from Dragon Ball Z? The guy who gets exploded and memed on all the time? Well, there we have it. We are now a super elite commando. We did a commando mission behind enemy lines with no stratagems and no deaths. So
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
that guy's got a really cool video camera. Ah, I see. So he picked up the video camera and took it to each one of those sites. You missed Father Mark's stream last night on Twitch. He was going over photos he had taken. Oh, Father Mark has some great photos. I wish I would have been there.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
I would let you know if you had a Discord. Someday I will make that work. I just didn't see much of a point to just having a Discord with no one in it, you know. Maybe when I hit 10,000. Maybe when we hit 10,000, we'll be considered big enough to have a Discord. Though I will say I've been struggling so hard. Like I've been at like 7,473 followers or something like that for like 2 weeks, and what'll happen is I'll get like this big influx of people where I'm like, wow, I got 10 new followers, awesome, and then they like all leave within a day. And I'm sure what's happening is people like see one of my D&D memes, or they see like my live stream and they follow, and then they see like all the Christian content and like, oh, this guy's one of those guys, and then leave. You could just delete the link and booted all the babies. I'm not gonna call them babies. They're not babies. It's just, as we've talked about, that as a Catholic, there is always a danger with associating with minors, and my job is always to be on the up and up and make sure that even optically that there is no problems. So optics are important to Catholicism. Even if I know that I'm doing nothing wrong, we need to make sure that everyone is safe and happy and feels good. Well, there goes the team. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think our landing zone is gone. There is a walker on top of it, and it looks like a tank. And without stratagems, I don't feel like we're going to be able to defeat that guy. We might not be able to leave this one. Oh, there's two walkers. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're making it off this planet alive. Joel heard me saying that I made it out of here without dying and said, okay, bet. And then he just threw the full weight of the world at us. Alright, let's stick some grenades to it. See if that does anything. That did do something. Oh, and we have to extract with the video camera. Okay. Did you delete it, or I deleted it? I deleted it. It is gone. Okay, there is a tank. They're coming towards me. We've got to get the video camera, and we've got to get out of here. So you do have to successfully extract. That is tough. Let's see here. Where is the video camera? I don't see the video camera. Okay. New plan. We need something to deal with these guys. We need... Woo! We need our C4. I'm out of grenades. I might be able to handle this guy from behind. Got him. Okay, where's the video camera? Somebody get the camera. Quickly. Grab the laser cannon. Is it underground?
On my position. Marking extraction point. On my way. Engage! I'll take it.
Is there a wide version of the stream or just vertical? For now, it is just vertical. There is a new option that they have created that allows you to do both wide and vertical. I need to play with it a little bit and see if I can get it to function. The problem is when I did that last time, it didn't push it out to anyone. So I don't know if I did something wrong, but we're going to try it again. We definitely do want to make sure that we can give a vertical and wide for all the people who want to be able to enjoy this, the stream how they want to enjoy it. You remember in the Bible when Jesus wanted some fruit from a tree and it didn't have any, so he cursed it and it died? That's how I felt about your Discord since the Gen 9 starter evolutions were spoiled for me. Speaking of spoilers, I've been getting a lot of spoilers for Baldur's Gate 3 now that I've been playing it from people. Apparently that door that we couldn't figure out how to open, apparently you just have to pull a candlestick and it will open. So we didn't have to burn the door down. We could have just clicked the candlestick. Whenever you figure out how to do both, tell me. So if you use OBS, if you're using OBS to stream, before you start your stream in OBS, no, not OBS. What you need, you go into YouTube. If you go into YouTube and you go like on the live tab, before you connect OBS to the YouTube, there will be a box that you check that says stream both horizontal and vertical. The problem is it doesn't give you any control over how it does it. So what it does is it takes your full screen and it just crops it right out the middle. So you have to set up your horizontal screen to be properly verticalized, I guess is the way I'll put it. And if you don't do that, then it looks like garbage. And the benefit to streaming in vertical is it goes in the shorts feed, so you get more people who see it, you get more chance to meet your audience. And when you're streaming horizontal, it doesn't seem to do that. So you lose all the perks of the vertical stream. And it doesn't seem like you get a whole lot out of it for not doing that, you know? So that's why I haven't played around with it a whole lot. Okay, the commando mission was all fine and good, but we've got to go liberate these guys down here. So let's go liberate some Illuminate.
The Miriam system.
Jonathan's here. Good morning, Jonathan. My vengeance took a little longer, but I'm avenged.
FTL jump successful.
Plus, chat in this orientation is much more fun. It is much more fun. You know, this way we get the random trolls who pop in. Yesterday we got our first troll for a while. I haven't actually had that much problems. And lately, I've been really curating the experience to some nicer folks. But someone came in and was saying that my neck beard was glorious. So you know. That's the first time we got something like that in a little while. Let's see. Let's grab a... You know what? Let's do... We haven't played with the minigun, and let's grab our minigun just for fun. Let's grab the minigun. Mini. Where is the maxi gun? Yeah. Let's grab that and... yeah. Okay. We're just gonna mow down some Illuminate for fun. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna mow down the Illuminates. Grab the coyote, and off we go. The neckbeard comments, so people are so original. How y'all been? It's been pretty good. We were talking a little bit about I thought my taxes were gonna get me a little closer to Italy, but they did not. So I have to save. I have to scrimp and save really hard if we're gonna make it to Italy this year, and that was a little bit of a bummer. So I don't know. Maybe I need to invest some money into some like my waffle St. Waffle sticker pack #1. So if I print off a bunch of stickers, and I've got like 5 of you who are dedicated watchers. So if I print off like 10 stickers and there's 5 of you dedicated people, that means I can sell the sticker packs at like $2,000 a pop, and we'll be in Italy. So you guys, my most loyal and wonderful supporters, would you buy my $2,000 Italy sticker pack? What do y'all think about that?
Calling down support weapon. Calling down supply.
People love stickers. Nope, you already told me I could get you for free. You can get my stickers, yes, Dex. You can get the stickers free. You just got to give me the address. But these are super hyper special limited edition St. Waffles supporter stickers. This is a different tier, a different brand and caliber of stickers. This is some what's that quote from Pulp Fiction? This is some gourmet stuff right here. Like this is something completely different. Speaking of Pulp Fiction, did y'all see the drama with the Oscars that apparently the new Wicked for Good movie got snubbed at the Oscars, and a lot of people are really upset that Wicked for Good didn't get nominated for an Oscar, but friggin' Begonia got nominated? Like, don't get me wrong, Emma Stone was a fantastic actress in Begonia. She acted her heart out, but that movie was awful. Like, it was trying so hard to be like, oh, we're so artsy and exoteric. If you don't like the movie, you don't get it, man. Like that was such a bad movie. I very much did not like Begonia. So I do not think that one is Oscar worthy at this time. Alright, let's mow down some squids. I will give you stickers, Dex. You just gotta give me your address. I've been asking for your address for almost a year now. You didn't get any Christmas or birthday presents because you won't share your address. So all you gotta do is share that address, and you too could have some stickers. You too can be a hero, young man. The opening to the greatest anime of our generation, My Hero Academia. I did try. Everyone told me the next big anime, and I have no doubt this is going to be the next big anime that everyone's going to be talking about, is going to be Sentenced to Be a Hero. That's like the next big anime that everyone's talking about. And I watched the first episode of that because everyone was saying this is going to be the next big anime. And again, I don't disagree. I agree that this is going to be the next big anime. It was terrible. That was some real bad anime. I do not know why everyone is hyping up Sentenced to Be a Hero. That was like pure look cool fight scene bait if I've ever seen it. Like, there was nothing special about the anime. It was relying so hard on just having cool fight scenes to get people drawn into it. Wicked should be snubbed. There's definitely a lot of drama around the actresses. Your mother's maiden name, favorite food, and color couldn't hurt, Dex. SSN also. See, I can't tell if Dex thinks, one, that if he gives me his address, I'll legitimately troll him, like I'll send him something awful through the mail, or if he just really, really, really doesn't want a Christmas present. Because I was fully willing to buy you those Legos that you wanted for Christmas, Dex. I was fully willing to do it, but there just doesn't seem to be trust. What happened to Ariana? She looked so different. There's a lot of speculation that Ariana and I can't remember the other actress's name are going through some eating disorder stuff. The problem is, like, you never know with Hollywood, right? Like, someone posted some nostalgia stuff yesterday about some old magazines that they found from the 2000s. And they were like the old tabloid magazines, and they were doing like fully like, here's Britney Spears and how fat Britney Spears is. And she of course was not overweight at all. And they were just like, it was a full-on hit piece with like, the heaviest Britney Spears has ever been. Here's a picture of her eating a slice of pizza. No wonder she's so fat. So I understand that the culture around weight and weight loss, and especially women and Hollywood, has always been toxic and not good. So, I don't know that I'm in a place where I can judge whether or not they are suffering from deep eating disorders, or if Hollywood is doing their Hollywood stuff. So I try to avoid speaking on that topic too much, simply because I don't want to add to the tabloids that are so gross, What is going on here? The whole world seems to be ending. Tremors. Okay. Can't move. There's some demi non-curious something sounding label that doesn't need to be labeled. Yeah, I've seen that meme as well, where they were like standing together and they were asking like to label their relationship, and like, oh, we're not gonna label it because we're demi-bi-curious something. I don't know if that's an actual quote or not. That kind of seems like something that people made up for a meme. So I don't know if that's actually a thing, or if people were just memeing for the sake of memeing,
Reinforcing! Have a taste of democracy!
It's an actual quote. That's what I hate so much about the world we live in currently, is that whenever there's any sort of quote, anything like that, my first question can no longer be like, oh, that happened. It's, did that actually happen? Because like, some of the people who were arrested for going to the church, I was talking to Dex about this yesterday, there was some arrests that were happening yesterday. And the White House apparently was posting some AI-edited photos of that event. So, like, the first question can't be, oh, this is XYZ event. The first question is, okay, did that actually happen, or is this edited, doctored, or journalized in some way to make me feel a certain way and isn't actually the events? I hate that that's the constant we live in now. Is first thing, due diligence, I need to check 6 sources to see if that even happened. And then if it did happen, are those sources reporting on it accurately? It's a frustrating experience to have to do all that work just to see, is this actually what even happened, I hate that. I hate that for the world. Especially because how many people are actually out there doing that due diligence, right? For every person who's actually willing to sit there and read and learn and see, okay, did this happen? If it did happen, what's the truth of it? There's going to be people who just see and accept it as like, hey, okay, well, that is what happened, that is the truth, and I'm going to stick with that, and I'm not going to do any more research than that, and that's a frustrating experience. Okay. Did we finished that mission? Okay. Ben's back. They stormed a church. It's a violation of so many protections. It's a very tough one for me. I was talking to Dex on that one because it's a very tough position to be in because I am not a fan or supporter of ICE. At the same time, I definitely agree that the actions they took was not appropriate. Churches are a special and sacred place, so I definitely do think that it was a more extreme action they took, and that they should face punishment for it. But I also know that this current administration kind of goes a little far on the punishments occasionally, and I don't think the punishment will fit the crimes. So I don't know necessarily how to feel about those events. I guess the good news is it doesn't matter what I feel about those events because I'm not in a place to do anything about said events because I am not a judge, I'm not a prosecutor, I'm not in any position of power, so I guess it doesn't matter what I feel about those things because what I feel or think doesn't matter. The blessing and perk of being irrelevant, you know? What did I miss? We're talking about, there was silver's at $99 an ounce right now, hoping it'll hit 100 today. There was an event where some people went into a church and interrupted a mass because the pastor is associated with ICE. I've seen some videos, but again, videos can be doctored, they can be fake, they've been AI, so I don't know whether or not these videos are real right now, but they went in. As far as I know, there was no actual violence, but they were very aggressively yelling and shouting at members of the congregation, and people were like shrinking down and scared in the pews as this mob surrounded them and yelled at them for supporting this pastor and administration, which I definitely do think was a very threatening and scary experience for those people, which is why I do think they crossed a line because going into a sacred and safe place and making people feel scared definitely feels like a form of terrorism to me. But also, again, I don't want to support ICE, so it's really hard to be on their side, right? The literal headline just popped up on my computer. Ariana Grande's Golden Gloves looks sparks wild breakup rumors. That is... How do gloves... Wait. Ariana Grande's Golden Gloves look sparks wild break... What do gloves have to do with a breakup? What? Oh, Golden Glow. Okay, that makes... I was sitting here like, is this one of those, like, fashion things where if you wear a ring in this fashion, it means this. If you wear a toe ring, it means, like, is this one of those things that, like, I don't know the fashion? Okay, Golden Globes makes more sense. They could have easily protested outside the church. That was exactly my point as well, is that if they wanted to make a point, they could have protested outside the church. They could have even done, I know this is a form of civil disobedience, they could have blocked people going into the church, right? They could have blocked the roads going in, so that people couldn't park their cars in the parking lot. There's definitely a lot of things that they could have done. So I disagree with the methodology, definitely. The government has become tyrannical, and the whole point of the Second Amendment is to defend against tyranny, foreign and domestic. That's against... What they did was against the law, right? So if you're going to break the law, you might as well do it in a more constructive manner.
Nomad. Sample collected.
The problem with that, Ben, is that there's still... there's no consensus, right? There are a lot of people who actively support everything that's going on. There's people who support only part of what's going on. So as long as there's support for it, it is much harder to draw and garner anything while there is active support for events going on.
Tagging map, south, far.
Also, it's not like the law means very much these days when we have multiple politicians, especially who are caught breaking the law and face no consequences for it, right? So is it actually against the law if it's not enforced? Is a very valid question to ask both politicians and citizens alike, is if you selectively enforce the law, or the law is only a law for poor people or people that we don't like or don't want breaking the law, is it actually a law?
Requesting fortification. Calling in extraction.
Extraction shuttle.
There's definitely problems. I don't disagree with that. But like when Emmy and I talk about having our kid hopefully late this year, next year, the other thing is a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to have kids because it's the scariest time in human history. And that part I disagree with. Like, there have always been complications and problems with raising kids, right? Just thousands of years, we had the Black Death, we had war, we had famine. There's always going to be problems in the world. So is it, what's the right word, tumultuous times? Without a doubt. But also, we've always had problems and turmoil in the world, right? So I don't know that it's at a point where I can let it affect my day-to-day life and my decisions that I make, simply because there will always be problems. There will always be something going on. There will always be evil. There will always be tyranny. There will always be things that are not ideal. That is just a part of life. And maybe that's a defeatist attitude. I know there's lots of people out there who have I know kids they're calling it hope core, right? Like, no, we'll forge a perfect world where there is no problems and where everyone kumbayas together. And it's not going to happen. There will always be someone who wants to take advantage of the system. There will always be someone who wants to profit from power. There will always be sort of those sort of things. There's a great episode of Star Trek. I want to say it's season 4? Season 4, Star Trek The Next Generation. It's called The Drumhead. And it's where a judge comes aboard the Enterprise and says that there's a spy and rallies everyone up against the spy. And then it goes from a spy to a conspiracy. And then from a conspiracy, it goes to a full-blown mutiny. And she goes on and on that there's more and more problems. She's uncovering thieves and spies and mutinies and all these things. And eventually they beat her. And Captain Picard does this wonderful speech at the end. Juan Smith, welcome in. About vigilance, Worf. Constant vigilance is the price we pay to keep tyranny at bay. And that is where we are at now. That our constant vigilance is required in our day-to-day actions, in our day-to-day words, in our day-to-day everything. And that constant vigilance is what is our price of freedom and our price of peace of mind. Vigilance, Worf. Constant vigilance is the price we pay for freedom.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Speaking of Star Trek, I do not know what is caught in my throat today. Speaking of Star Trek, Paramount Plus just released the first episode of their new Star Trek series that takes place at the Academy. I know that if people watch it, they're going to scream and cry that Star Trek has gone woke, because there's a lot of DE&I and a lot of positivity. But I dare say it is one of the best Star Treks I have ever seen. It's got the good formula of there's a lot of races, there's a lot of democracy, there's a lot of philosophy, and then enough action to kind of tie it all together. I don't know, it's just one episode, so I don't know if I'm going to love it as much as I love TNG, and I don't know if I'll love it as much as I love Strange New Worlds. Now, I'm going to give it a few more episodes, but I really enjoyed the new Star Trek. They have a race of holograms, which I thought was interesting. They brought back the Doctor from Voyager, which was really cool. We love the Voyager Doctor.
The galactic war waits for no one.
Let's see here. We're gonna do a blitz.
Coordinates locked. Hellpods prime. Engaging or
Only half an hour more. Unfortunately, because it was a short week because of the holiday, I am required to go to work today, so I cannot stream extra long today because I have to go to work. Have you seen the Orville? Sort of. I watched the first few episodes of the Orville. It's John Helldiver's guy. John Helldiver has joined us. OMG, it's John Helldiver. I did watch the first couple episodes of the Orville, but it didn't really suck me in. But I want to give it another watch because I've heard that, and I really hate when people do this, but I've heard that it is actually required. You got to give it like a couple seasons. Like give it a few seasons and then it really gets good. So that is what I want to go back and watch like the first 2 seasons and give it a chance because I have heard that the Orville is really, really good. I really want to love it. Cuz like who's the creator? I keep wanting to say Seth Rogen. It's not Seth Rogen. It's Seth MacFarlane, right? Seth MacFarlane, the creator of Family Guy, The Family Guy, American Dad. He does great music. Like Seth MacFarlane has a good mind. As far as like Family Guy has gone downhill, and American Dad have gone downhill also. Like the first couple seasons of both of those shows, I think are brilliant. I think they suffer from like The Simpsons and South Park, where they've gone on too long, right? So I don't think that's a quality of writing thing from Seth MacFarlane. I think that's just the problem when a show runs for too long. So he created the Orville. He's got a brilliant mind and a funny mind. I want to give it another go. And I've seen clips. I've seen a couple clips, like the cigarette clip. The cigarette clip gets passed around all over. Excuse me. With the Mocklins. So I know like that's a really funny, good clip. I really enjoy that one. And then there's like the Mocklin going for his yearly urination event, making fun of like the Klingon culture. So like I know it's funny, and I know that it's a good homage to Star Trek. I just need to sit down and really give it another go. I think I just need to give it another chance. Right now, I'm watching through the Venture Brothers again. If you haven't seen the Venture Brothers, it's a little. The first season is a little rough. You can definitely see the roughness in Venture Bros, but it is such a funny, good time with the Venture Bros. Definitely a must-watch. The episode where Brock loses his secret agent license and he has to go in and take the test. Let's see here. On the driving portion, you destroyed every car except for the one you were driving. On the gun portion, you refused to use a gun. And on the written portion, you just drew a guy with wings flying too close to the sun. So what are you trying to tell me here, little man? You don't like Zep? It's so good. KFC is here. KFC... You should know this since you've got KFC in your name. KFC has announced this year that we are getting a special new product from KFC. They are releasing KFC jelly beans this summer. KFC jelly beans that will come in the flavor of fried chicken, corn, gravy, and mashed potatoes. So be on the lookout at your local supermarket and KFC this summer to try KFC flavored jelly beans. Who asked for that? It's the same people who asked for every year they release the KFC log, the log that's supposed to smell like burning KFC. So there is a want for it apparently. So every year the KFC log goes hard. So Why can I not aim with these grenades? Holy cow. Oh, and that one just bounced off that guy. Okay, we're doing poorly today. Remember when they made a KFC bucket that uses the heat generated by your console to keep your chicken warm? KFC is on the cutting edge of memes because they also created a VR training game. There was also the KFC dating simulator where you could have the Colonel waifu simulator. So KFC has always been kind of on the forefront of good memes. They're out here exploring the world of memes that most people are afraid to explore. Kind of on the same topic, but not really, of waifu simulators, it looks like potentially this year is the year where we get Wholesome Monster Girl Academy. We interviewed for Catholic Game Reviews, interviewed the creator. It is a fully Catholic creator who is making a Monster Girl game to explore Catholicism. I think that's going to be a really interesting game that's coming out this year. We also got an official release date for the incredibly offensive and probably heretical game I Am Jesus Christ. We played the demo of that last year. It looks like they are planning on releasing the game fully, so we might get that this year, it looks like. So at some point we will probably be playing I Am Jesus Christ, so we can do a full unbiased review of what I assume is going to be absolutely flaming hot garbage, but we will see. I'm pretty confident it's going to be awful.
Objective nearby.
You will never destroy our way of life! Yeah! Requesting walker.
The games are getting crazier by the day. They just launched a demo for a volleyball roguelite and a janitor roguelike. The janitor roguelike is a minesweeper janitorial experience. You play as a janitor at a mega corporation, and it randomly generates minesweeper boards, and you have to use your special janitor powers to clean the office before the CEO comes in the next day. Which is an absolutely bonkers premise for a game. So I really like that the roguelike genre is going absolutely nuts. That we got like Bolotaro, we got Poker Simulator, we got Gambling Simulator. We've gotten so many good roguelikes recently. Okay, I got destroyed through a building, so I kind of feel like that was a cheap blow by the game there. Very not cool. I haven't been keeping up with Helldivers. Is Super Earth getting invaded again? No, Super Earth is not getting invaded. These are the Illuminate planets, so these are the leftover cities that the Illuminate originally destroyed. But we did just destroy a planet. We just casually blew up an entire planet again, so we did do that. I will buy the Jesus game. See, that's I'm half and half on it. Like, I don't want to support the creators for making what I assume is going to be an offensive Jesus game. On the other hand, I do want to explore and talk about it, and I want to give it a fair shake, right? It's not fair to just call the game offensive without trying it, right? So I don't like to support people who mock my faith, but I feel like someone is going to have to review the game and talk about it, because people are going to be talking about it regardless. So with any luck, they will not charge for the game, and they'll do like a freemium route.
No mag.
But we'll see. We shall see. It's still out on the horizon. All right, I think mission complete. I think we can get out of here. We have destroyed everything. Now we run. I also can't wait to show you the next game I'm going to get for my Game Boy that I'm going to be streaming, Robopon. Way back in the day, there was a game called Robopon that was trying to compete with Pokemon, and it never competed, but I love it, so I'm trying to find a copy of Robopon out in the wild, but it's a pretty expensive game, and like I said, we're saving it for Italy, so there are no frivolous purchases for a while, but if I run across Robopon in the wild, I might have to buy it and play it. Also, because of no frivolous purchases, we're not going to have a whole lot of new games to play for a while, so be prepared for... We're going to play World of Warcraft when the new expansion launches, so we're going to be streaming World of Warcraft. I will continue Baldur's Gate 3 on PC when I can get it on sale. I will commit to that when I can get it on a good sale. Otherwise, we're going to be waiting on GameFly to provide us with games because basically every video game I buy could be between $20 and $100 that we put towards Italy, right? So I'm going to try really, really hard to crack down on spending. So I'm not going to have a bunch of new fun toys. So no new video games. All the cameras that I want, we're just going to have to go without the cameras that I want for a little bit. So we're going to have to be good. So I want you all to be my accountability buddies. If you see me playing a new video game, if you see me with a new camera, you need to be, hey, Waffles, aren't you saving for Italy? What's up with that? I need you all to be my accountability buddies on this because I am very bad about impulses. You know, every now and then it's like, oh, but it's a new camera. I'm a photographer. I need a new camera. No, I have 9 cameras currently. I do not need another camera. It is not a necessity. I have GameFly. I do not need to purchase new games. I can wait to rent them. I cannot rent Italy. That's 9 cameras is ridiculous. Okay, hear me out. It's not ridiculous. Hear me out. I have my main professional camera that I use for my professional photography work. Fair. I have my backup camera because every professional photographer needs a backup camera when you're shooting things like weddings. Sometimes you need to hot swap cameras. It's a legitimate thing. So that is necessary. I've got my pocket camera for when I'm doing street photography and I don't want to bring out the big professional cameras. That seems reasonable to me. I then have my dad's old Sony Mavic camera because that was a grail camera for me, and it was my father's camera. It was passed down to me. Okay, fair. I have my Sony camera this is a night vision camera that takes photos at a 90-degree angle. It's a cool piece of history. It's fun to play. And then I've got my instant print cameras because I have to be able to print instant prints for like selling at the state fair and stuff, right? So, and then I have my Super 8 camera because we need to be able to take footage in a Super 8 format for retro vibes. So every camera truly is necessary. There is one camera I do not have that I want. And that's how you justify your trip out of Italy. So, this is a Game Boy. Game Boy has a camera that you can plug into the back of your Game Boy and take pictures with a 0.005 megapixel Game Boy camera. I definitely thought it would be super fun to do some photography with the Game Boy camera. So I will be doing that at some point as well. But not now. You are right. Right now, we need to focus on Italy. I do not need a
Allied
Game Boy
destroyer
camera.
has left squadron. Mission coordinates
They announced
locked.
more Pokemon Lego sets.
Hellpods
I
engaging orbital
got
sensor.
super into Lego for a little bit there, but I think I have reached a point where I'm done with Lego.
Orbit.
Lego is too expensive for such little value. And here's what I mean by that. You build the Lego, and that is as fun to put together the Lego. But then once it's built, it's just a piece of expensive art that sits on your mantle forevermore, right? So for the same price, you could purchase a artist to commission a custom one-of-a-kind piece of Lego for you and enjoy that and look at it. So I kind of feel like maybe we should just be commissioning ourselves some one-of-a-kind pretty art rather than Lego, you know? Yeah, they're giving you statues, but you could commission custom art for the same cost, you know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Alright. This is our last dive, gentlemen. We're diving, and then we're going to work. Work to dive, and dive to work. Alright, ready up, people. We gotta do this mission fast.
Launch initiated.
All my viewers have left. Where are y'all going? It says there's only 2 of you watching me now. Where'd all my mods go? Get to leave a little early today. I have to stop at the grocery store. I hope it's not insane. From what I've seen, the grocery stores are picked clean. It might be too late to go to the grocery store, Dex. It might be too late. Sorry. All right, let's see here. It's been a while since we've done this invasion.
Calling down fortifications.
Requesting sentry.
Let's get a spear gun. Let's get a SOS beacon. Let's get resupply. And let's grab our expendable napalm. If I plan passport stuff and travel details, it's easier to save. Yeah, we're buying our passports. That's our big cost. We are getting our passports next month. Paycheck is on Wednesday. So after Wednesday, we are going and getting our passports. So we are going to be getting passports here soon. Very, very excited to have our passports. Very, very excited to get the passports. Honestly, I could probably make a little bit of extra money that way too. If I took my photography gear and offered people like passport photos for $20, I could probably pick up a little bit of spare change here and there. That's why I need to go do, like, if I went and shot 2 weddings, I could pay for Italy. Like that, I could really use my photography to pay for pay for my trip. If I sat down and did it, like honestly sat down and did it, I could probably pay for Italy doing photography. The problem is, like, every time I go to shoot a wedding, I worry about, well, what if I'm not good enough, right? Like, what if my wedding photography, they hate it? And then I've ruined someone's wedding, because you can't redo it, right? Like, once the wedding is over, it's over. You've missed that opportunity. You can never recapture that magic. So I'm always too afraid to do weddings. And I've shot 2 weddings. Like, I've done weddings before, but the thing is that both the people that I've shot the weddings for, I've never gotten any feedback. They never be like, oh my goodness, I love it, or you really captured the magic or anything. They just said, thanks, here's your payment. So a part of me feels like they were like super disappointed with my work. I'm like, oh, that's some garbage right there that person did. So I'm really nervous to ever go shoot more weddings. So I just need to like sit down and do like pet photography. I'm really great at pet photography. I could probably do photos of people's pets that they'd be happy with. So maybe I just need to advertise that. Maybe I just need to start advertising. I will do pet photos for you to raise my funds to go to Italy. That might be a good idea.
Requesting sentry.
I can also do church weddings. If people are getting married in a church, you know, I'm as a Catholic very respectful of churches, so I can do good inside the church wedding photos, but the pictures are so bad we got divorced so we could hire another photographer for our re-wedding. Yeah, I know you say that as a ridiculous thing, but I am conscious of it, right? Like I'm not a person photographer. I typically don't do work with people. I work with animals. So it's one of those, like, this is something I understand I don't have a lot of practice with. I know I'm not perfect at it. I don't want to ruin someone's wedding, you know? I don't want them to have this great wedding and then they go back and look at their pictures back. I wish we would have hired a better photographer. I think that is a realistic fear. On the flip side of that, I do feel like there's a lot of people who don't take enough pictures of their pet. Seeing as how negative people are, I'm sure they would have said something. I mean, that is also true. Granted, I way undercharged. I do set realistic expectations. So when they hired me, I said, look, I've never done weddings before. I've only done 1 or 2 weddings. I'm not typically a wedding photographer, so you are going to be getting a budget photographer experience, and I will only charge you a couple $100 as opposed to multiple thousands to 10,000. So maybe I just did a really good job of setting expectations. Like, wow, these photos suck, but we only paid $100 for them, so I guess we got what we paid for. So maybe I just did a really good job of setting expectations. I could probably find some local businesses and do some work with them. I am pretty good at product photos. That's what I need to do. I need to spend the next few days finding businesses and people who want to hire me for pet photos. And make some extra scratch that way. I talked to Emmy about this. I'm not completely opposed to it. But maybe doing, do you retouch? I mean, I can retouch photos. I'm nowhere near, like, I'm not a viral TikTok editor. So here's the problem. A lot of photos I personally believe are way too edited. And I feel like you lose the art of the photography when it's super hyper edited. So I can edit photos and I can definitely do photo touch-ups. I guess I could offer that service also. What was I saying? What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about doing Instacart dates. Like, going and grocery shopping for other people on Instacart and making that like a date day. Like on Saturdays, we just drive around and grocery shop together and make some spare money that way. But, you know, I've never heard anything good about working for DoorDash and Instacart and all that sort of thing. So I'm not confident that we would actually make like enough money to justify it. You know, I've heard the pay is low, so we basically be just paying for car maintenance and putting miles on the car at that point. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Is that against the rules? Do they not allow couples to shop together? Drives me crazy when I see it. What kind of rule is that? No happily married couples. We don't want our customers who are ordering a $50 Chipotle burrito to feel bad that they're overpaying for a burrito and they don't have love in their life. Is that like what kind of a rule is no couples?
Going down a century. Going down a support record.
Only supposed to be one person in a car. I guess I can kind of see it from a safety perspective. If you're like a young lady who's ordering your DoorDash at midnight and two burly dudes get out of the car and are coming up, like I could see a little bit like a safety problem there. I guess I could see that.
Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Calling in reinforcements.
I guess I see your point. What about Instacart? Is Instacart the same way? Because Instacart is grocery shopping. That's a little bit different.
Throwing supply beacon.
I didn't realize like there's so many DoorDash drivers who have been banned that they will buy a DoorDash account for. They'll buy someone else's active DoorDash account so they can continue to DoorDash, and it's like,
How'd you like the taste of
I understand that DoorDash attracts a lot of people who can't hold down a traditional job. And I understand that is a good thing that we have options for people who can't function in regular jobs. But if you've been banned from DoorDash so many times that you have to illegally purchase a DoorDash account to continue DoorDashing, like, I think you need to take stock and account of what are you doing wrong in your life where you have to illegally buy black market DoorDash accounts to continue working. Like, you've made some mistakes in your life. Men are gross and I don't trust them with my food. Amen to that. I agree with that, Dex. I will not fight you on that. I 100%. Like, and this isn't even a gross thing. You know how much it frustrates me that when Emmy and I go out to, like, Taco Bell, for example, and we order a Diet Pepsi. We order Diet Pepsi because neither of us do sugar. Neither of us want to get diabetes. Granted, we could drink a full sugar soda and nothing would happen to us, but I know that there are people who, if they drink a full sugar soda, it could impact their health. It's so frustrating to me that every time we order a Diet Pepsi, we have to go up and ask the people, like, hey, are you certain that you did a Diet Pepsi? Can you confirm that you physically looked at it and gave us a diet drink? Because so many fast food workers are so careless that they could put people's lives in danger over it. And, like, I get it. I get minimum wage, minimum effort. I get you don't want to be there. I get that you hate your job. I understand it. We all hate our jobs. But, like, dude, you're working with people's foods. Put a little bit of pride in that and do the right thing. Like, come on. You're being paid. Can you at least get the drinks right? Can you at least pack the order with the correct items? Like, to me, that is minimum wage, minimum effort. The minimum is getting the order correctly. And so many fast food places can't even get that right. It's so frustrating. Typically, diabetics go on. I understand that it's going to be different, but I am fairly certain. Maybe I'm ignorant of diabetes. Tell me I'm ignorant. I'm fairly certain there exists at least one diabetic person that if they drink a full sugar soda, it could negatively impact or even harm them, like put them in mortal danger. And if there's even one person who could be impacted that way, I feel like it's the bare minimum to put forth the effort to say, oh, they ordered a diet soda, so I made sure I put diet soda in the thing. I don't feel like that is too much to ask for.
Requesting sentry.
I feel like that truly is a bare minimum ask. It's the same thing with, like, I'm vegetarian. It won't kill me to eat meat, but when I order a vegetarian thing, I definitely feel like it's a bare minimum for the check to make sure they're giving me the vegetarian thing, you know? Like, it shouldn't be that big of an ask. The dose is the poison? Alright, I will allow that quote if you can tell me who said that quote. You need to cite your work, Dex. Who says that quote? Cite your sources and APA formatting, please. Is it APA formatting? I've been a while since I've been. Is it ADA, APA? What is that formatting called? Apparently, I've been out of college for too long. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Who said the quote, "The dose is the poison"? Paracelsus, the famous Swiss physician and alchemist. And I'll never use that format again. Fair. Neither of us are out here writing scientific journals, so we're never going to use the formatting ever again. Because, like, technically there is a dose of bananas that is fatal to mankind, right? Bananas are slightly radioactive. So, like, if you ate literally a ton of bananas, you could overdose on radiation and potassium poisoning if you ate too many bananas.
Reload it.
Look how cool those guys are with the miniguns. Democracy has been achieved. Alright, let's scoot. Let's get out of here.
Reloading.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing in progress.
I've been hearing about people doing water toxicity more than I ever have recently. I know most famously Nintendo did Hold Your Wii for a Wii, where they had you drink a ton of water and you weren't allowed to go to the bathroom, and apparently a lady drank herself to death trying to earn her kid a Wii. And that's definitely something I'm aware of, because I do a lot of fasting and I try and drink a gallon of water a day. So when I don't eat any food and drink a gallon of water, I am worried about water toxicity as well. So I try and be very conscientious of that.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
You will forever be remembered as heroes of this metropolis.
Alright, everyone. We've done it. We saved the city. I really hope I'm not getting sick again. I've been sneezing and blowing my nose all morning. I feel like there's something stuck in my throat. I better not be getting sick again. I've been sick so much the last few weeks. This is BS. Wart. Welcome in. You did just join at the wrong time because I have to stop streaming now and go do chores and get ready for work. So you joined at the very last minute possible. But welcome in. Glad to have you. Sorry you joined at the very, very boring part. You also missed it because we have John Helldiver on the team. We have the John Helldiver on our mission. So you missed quite a mission with the John Helldiver. All right. As I said, I've got to go do chores and get started with my day, so let's end with our prayer as always. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, today we continue to pray for the victims of violence, whether that be war, whether that be deportation, whether that be physical violence, emotional abuse at home, whatever the violence is, Lord, be with those victims, be with those suffering, and be with those who are fighting against the violence, fighting for peace. We continue to pray for vocations today. We pray for all the people who are discerning the vocation of the priesthood, the vocation of the monastic life, or even the vocation of marriage. Lord, help to guide people down the path that will bring them not only the most joy, but bring them closer to you. We pray for all the people who are currently in the hospital. Lord, help them as they go through this difficult time. We pray for all the people who are starving, all the people out on the streets who don't have enough food. Lord, help us to remember them, help us to provide for them. And finally, as a special intention, we pray for the souls in purgatory, the souls who have been forgotten, the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone. That was it for me. I am out for the rest of the day. As I said, gotta go work, gotta go do chores. Wart. Have a good day. I will see you all again. We are streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 a.m. Pacific time. So we will see you again on Monday. Have a blessed day, everyone, and we will see you again soon.